Hey everyone, welcome to That's Good Denver. I'm your host Chris Romeo, and today I'll be breaking down the last four Nuggets games as the Nuggets win the first three of those four, but then lose a big game to the Timberwolves last night. Before we hop into the video, I hope you guys all like my new haircut I just got. I think it looks pretty nice. Yeah, and my grandma, who still does haircuts, she gave me a nice cut last Sunday, and yeah, I don't think I've showed you guys that, but anyway, yeah, so our first game was against this out of those four games against Thunder last Saturday. We won that game 113 to 107. Game that should have been was closer than what it should have been, but a win is a win. Second game against the Charlotte Hornets was another tight game. We won that game 113 to 109. Wednesday was a game against the Pacers. We won that game 125 118. I was at that game. I'll show you guys. I'll post some videos on my YouTube channel later when I was at that game. And then last night against the Timberwolves, we lost that game 136-130, a high scoring game. Our defense didn't play well. Our offense played well, but defense didn't play well enough. So the Nuggets still sit at sixth place in the West. We did jump up to number 5 seed ahead of the Jazz because the Jazz lost like 5 straight games. But we end up dropping back down because the Jazz won a game and they have the tiebreaker over us at 46-32. So yeah, we're still at sixth place in the West, but we can still get up there in the standings and hopefully just avoid the play-in tournament because there's only 4 games left for the Nuggets, 4 games left for the Timberwolves, who sit at number 7, and we're 2 games ahead of them, but it's going to come down to the wire. The Timberwolves have the tiebreaker over us because they won the season series from us, 3 games to 1. So anyway, first game against Thunder. It was tightly contested throughout. Then we went into the fourth quarter with like 11-point lead. Then the Thunder went hot from 3-point range. And they cut into the lead. Then they took a 2-point lead at one point. The Thunder did. The Thunder didn't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this game, but they ended up taking a 2-point lead. Then we get a bucket from Jokic. Get another bucket from Jokic to go up 107-105. And then with 40 seconds left, we have the ball. Jokic's double team hits Monte Morris wide open, shoots it for 3, got it. Nuggets go up 110-105, and then we get a stop, ice the game with some free throws, and then Nuggets win 113-107. That was a much needed win there. Then the next game against the was it Charlotte Hornets. We won that game 113-109. After the first quarter, we were up 32-30. And Charlotte went on a big run. They took like a 10-point lead at one point. We cut into that lead. Then I think we tied it at one point, but then we win at a halftime, trailing 67-66. Then we went on a big run in the third quarter. We got some momentum. We went up like 14 at one point. Then we went into the fourth quarter only up by like 8. Then Charlotte started going hot from 3-point range in the fourth quarter with LaMelo Ball. They cut it to like a 1-point game. Then it came down to the wire, and we were able to get a couple key buckets from Jokic and a couple key buckets from Aaron Gordon. He had a really good first quarter, really good game overall. Had like 22 points, and Jokic had like 30 points, I think it was. But anyways, we were able to ice the game with some free throws from Will Barton, and then we won that game 113-109. And then Wednesday's game, the game I went to, I wore this jersey and this hat when I went to the Nuggets-Pacers game. We won that game 125-118. Second year in a row I went to the Nuggets-Pacers game. But anyway, the first quarter, we were on fire from 3. DeMarcus Cousins, Jokic had like 12 points. And we were up 43-15 after the first quarter. I thought we were going to run them out of the building. The crowd was so negative and stuff, and there were a decent amount of Nuggets fans there that, were happy after that first quarter, but we were up 43-15. Pacers go on a big run, cut it to like 16 at halftime. We still have a comfortable lead, 79-63. And the Pacers went on another big run. Pacers ended up ended up taking a 1 point lead at one point. After we were up by like 30, they ended up taking an 84-83 lead. After we were just struggling so bad on defense, getting rebounds, and Jokic was still having a good night. He ended up getting a technical in the third quarter, and Austin Rivers did get ejected for some stupid stuff. It was the defender like flopped on an offensive foul, like when Rivers moved his elbow, and that was his second technical, I guess, and he got ejected. I couldn't tell what happened when I was at the game because the announcers weren't talking or anything. Um, but anyway, then with 3 seconds left in the third quarter, we inbounded to Bones Highland. Bones Highland goes to the rack and lays it up and in just before the buzzer, tie it at 91. Going to the fourth quarter, it was a really good game to watch in person. Really good game. Um, then in the fourth quarter, it was back and forth for a while. But then Jokic went to work, got some big layups, driving to the rack. Then Bones Highland got a couple good layups and a couple good 3 pointers. Bones Highland ended up with like 22 points in the night. Will Barton had a good game, which is kind of rare for him sometimes, but he got 18 points. Jokic had 37 points, like 15 rebounds, and was 2 assists shy of a triple double. No, actually 1 assist shy from a triple double. That would have been a really nice triple double to see in person. But he ended up with 37 points. We were able to ice the game with some stops and some free throws, and that's how the Nuggets won 125 to 118. It was a very exciting game. I went with my Uncle Rick to that game, and I thank him for going with me and stuff. It was a lot of fun. And last year, previous year, when I went to the Nuggets Pacers game, I went with my friend Joe, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Me and my friend Joe actually got on TV, which is really nice. If you follow me at Denver is the best, you'll see that's on my Instagram. But anyway, Nuggets were on a 3-game winning streak, 46-31. Then we played the Timberwolves last night. If we would have won this game, we would have been 4 games above the Timberwolves, and we would have probably clinched a playoff spot at this point. But now, since the Timberwolves won that game, it's going to be tighter, and we're going to have to, win some games this next week. So anyway, against the Timberwolves last night, we were down 40-35 after the first quarter. We got 40 points. Karl Anthony Towns had a big game. Anthony Edwards had a big game. Then the Timberwolves went on a run, go up by like 14. We ended up cutting into that at halftime. We were down 70-65. Jokic was having a good game, of course. Aaron Gordon had a really nice dunk. He had a good game, but he had a really nice alley-oop that was behind his head. That should be like a top 10 play for this week in the NBA, I think. But anyway, down 70-65. It was back and forth, a game of runs in the third quarter. We were down by only 4. We were only down 98-94, and we actually took the lead at one point, 94-92, after a Bones Highland 3-point shot. He's been playing really well. Had an off night last night, but went up 94-92. Then they hit 2 straight 3-pointers to end the third quarter, go up 98-94. But anyway, then the Timberwolves were up by like 11 at one point in the fourth. We tried to cut into the lead, but we just couldn't get key stops down the stretch. They were on fire from 3-point range, and we did our best. And Monte Morris was having a really good fourth quarter from 3-point range to keep us in that game and keep us within striking distance with like 2 minutes left, but just wasn't enough stops, and that's how the Nuggets lose 136-130. We didn't have a good night from 3-point range, except for Monte Morris, but that's about it. And right now the Nuggets set at 46-32. It would have been really nice to win that game. Timberwolves are 44-34, 2 games behind us, and hopefully we can. So the Nuggets have 4 games left. Tomorrow against the Lakers on ABC in LA. Tuesday against the Spurs at home. No, it's Thursday against the Grizzlies at home. The Grizzlies might be resting all the starters because they have the number 2 seed either way. and then our last game is against the Lakers at home next Sunday. So the Lakers have something to play for because they need to get in the play-in, and they're fighting for a play-in spot. The Spurs have something to play for because they caught up to the Lakers, the Lakers have sucked this year. Sorry, but um, the Spurs, caught up to them. They took like a 1-game lead over the Lakers right now. So yeah, both those teams have something to play for. I would assume the Grizzlies, especially since Ja Morant is hurt, I would assume the Grizzlies would rest everybody and just, because they have the number 2 seed locked up either way. They can't go anywhere. Um, but yeah, hopefully. And then the Timberwolves down the stretch, they have the Rockets on the road. That's an easy dub. The Wizards at home, that might be an easy dub. The Wizards don't have anything to play for. Who else? They play the Bulls at home the last game of the season. Bulls have something to play for, and they play the Spurs at home. That should be easy for both the Nuggets and Timberwolves when they play the Spurs at home. But the Spurs are going to be playing hard because they want to get a play-in spot. That's about it. Yeah, I hope it's coming down to the wire. Hopefully the Nuggets can win these games and maybe even get up a higher seed. But first we got to clinch a playoff spot. Hopefully the Timberwolves can lose some games, win some games. And then, after that, do we want to get up to a 5 seed? Do we want to get up to a 4 seed, get home court advantage? Or, do we want to get up to a 5 seed, avoid playing the Warriors? Do we want to play the Mavericks? Do we want to play the Jazz? Me personally, I rather play the Jazz or the Warriors. Why? Because the Warriors might not have Steph Curry, and even if he does come back, that might throw off their chemistry a little bit, and the Warriors aren't playing that well right now. The Jazz, we beat the Jazz 2 years ago, even though that was with Jamal Murray, and who knows if we're going to get him back this year. Still, no clear answer on his return in Michael Porter Jr., but that was Jamal Murray, and I think we beat the Jazz 2 years ago in the bubble, so I think we can do it again. And the Mavericks, that would be a really tough task, but we can still beat them. I think Luka Doncic and the Mavericks in the Luka Doncic era still haven't won in the playoffs yet, so we've won in the playoffs, so I think you can give us the edge there possibly. Yeah, just clinch a playoff spot first, and before I go, I'll post some other videos, a playoff prediction video for the NBA, and playoff prediction video for the NBA, obviously some more Nuggets videos, and later on this summer when I get done with school in like a month, I'm going to try to post some videos of me practicing some announcing on the, so my career is announcing, and I'm trying to be a sports announcer when I grow up, and I don't know if I'm going to be making money off YouTube or anything, but I'm going to try to practice some announcing because you never know if somebody sees it or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to hop off, and yeah, hopefully the Nuggets can finish strong and stuff and win their last 4 games and at least get a playoff spot and hopefully higher. That's it, everybody. I'm Chris Romeo, and that's Good Denver. Go Nuggets.